Most people live by a rule they never consciously agreed to. If I'm good enough, I will be spared. Spared from abandonment, spared from betrayal, spared from humiliation, spared from being the one who gets left behind. So they follow the rules. They stay patient. They forgive quickly. They take the high road. They believe that moral effort creates protection. But there's a quiet realization that comes later, sometimes years later. Being good never guaranteed safety. It only guaranteed compliance. And compliance is not the same thing as protection. As children, we learn something subtle but powerful. Approval equals safety. When caregivers withdraw warmth after defiance, but soften when we behave, the nervous system draws a conclusion. Goodness keeps connection intact, so we adapt. We become agreeable, responsible, self-controlled, and slowly an unconscious contract forms. If I behave correctly, if I meet expectations, if I don't make things harder for anyone, I will be loved. That belief becomes structural. It shapes personality. It defines identity. But here's the problem. Love is not a reward system, and the world does not operate on moral fairness. There's a dangerous fantasy behind chronic goodness. That morality shields you. That if you are kind, betrayal will avoid you. If you are loyal, disloyalty will not find you. If you sacrifice, you will not be sacrificed. But reality does not calculate virtue. People leave good partners. Employers exploit loyal workers. Friends outgrow generous friends. And when this happens, the good person experiences something deeper than pain. They experience disorientation because the system they trusted failed. They did everything right, and it still didn't save them. Excessive goodness often hides something: fear. Fear of being the problem. Fear of conflict. Fear of becoming the villain in someone else's story. So instead of expressing anger, they absorb it. Instead of setting boundaries, they rationalize. Instead of demanding respect, they adjust. They believe maturity means minimizing their own needs. Over time, they confuse self-erasure with virtue, and the world rarely corrects them. Because compliant people are convenient. Being good comes with social rewards. You're described as easy, reliable, mature, understanding. But notice something. Rarely powerful, rarely direct, rarely intimidating. Goodness earns approval, not authority. And approval can disappear the moment you stop performing. That's when the shock sets in, when you finally say no. When you finally push back, when you finally stop absorbing discomfort. And people respond with confusion or resistance. You've changed. You have? You stopped being manageable. There's something most chronically good people won't admit. They are tired. Not physically, existentially. Tired of being understanding. Tired of absorbing tension. Tired of being the emotionally regulated one. But anger feels immoral to them. So instead of confronting others, they turn their frustration inward. They feel guilt for wanting more. Selfish for needing reciprocity. Unreasonable for expecting fairness. The anger doesn't disappear. It becomes quiet resentment. And resentment doesn't explode. It corrodes. Authenticity risks rejection. Goodness minimizes it. When you are known as kind, predictable, emotionally controlled, people feel comfortable around you. But comfort is not intimacy. Intimacy requires truth, and truth risks disruption. So the good person chooses stability over exposure. They become admired, but rarely fully known. And something inside them feels invisible. Eventually, reality forces confrontation. The promotion goes to someone less agreeable. The relationship ends despite loyalty. The friend drifts despite endless support, and the internal narrative cracks. If I was good enough, this wouldn't have happened. But goodness was never insurance. It was adaptation. It was a strategy learned in environments where unpredictability felt dangerous. And strategies that once protected you can quietly imprison you later. Being good focuses on external harmony. Being grounded focuses on internal alignment. Grounded people still show kindness, but they do not sacrifice clarity to preserve approval. They understand something the chronically good person does not. Conflict is not proof of failure. Disapproval is not proof of wrongdoing. Loss is not proof of moral inadequacy. When you detach goodness from safety, you gain something more stable: self-respect. And self-respect survives rejection. Because safety does not come from moral perfection, it comes from boundaries, from discernment, from recognizing when kindness becomes self-neglect. Being good does not control outcomes, it only controls behavior. And behavior alone cannot guarantee protection from loss, betrayal, or change. The world is not a moral vending machine. You do not insert virtue and receive immunity. The shift is not toward cruelty, it is toward integration. You can be kind without being compliant. You can be compassionate without being self-sacrificing. You can be moral without making morality your survival strategy. The moment you stop trying to earn safety through goodness, you become more unpredictable, more honest, more direct. You may lose some approval, but you stop losing yourself. If this unsettled you, pause and ask yourself something honestly. How much of your goodness is choice? And how much is fear? Comment, "I see it," if you recognize this pattern. Because the goal was never to become less kind. It was to become less afraid.